Good afternoon and welcome to West Aurora High School for today's girls softball matchup against Yorkville. So West comes into action 2-2 today. They've lost their last two games. They come in 2-2. Yorkville, on the other hand, 10-1 coming into action here this afternoon. Yorkville, a very, very good squad. Alongside my partner, Jarek Rubel, I am Aaron Schellen, and this is the first of, I want to say, 6 West Aurora broadcasts here over the next 7 or 8 days here on Stream Sports Midwest. We've got girls softball today. We've got, I'll have to take a look at the schedule for sure, but I believe it's soccer on Monday, badminton on Tuesday, baseball on Wednesday, and then I think it's TBD on Thursday because we got multiple events going on, so not entirely sure what we're doing yet.
Nothing wrong with a little surprise.
No. A lot of stuff going on, though, here at West Aurora High School, and we are about ready to go here as the Blackhawks have taken their warm-up tosses, and we're ready to get going. So here is today's starting lineup. That's Alyssa Perkins you see on the mound here for the Blackhawks. We'll give you the defense behind her in just a minute. She faces Caitlin Roberts here leading off. Caitlin is the center fielder for Yorkville. Kenzie Sweeney bats second, plays second. Kayla Kirsting bats third and does the catching. Sarah Ebner in the cleanup spot, batting fourth. Caitlin Schrader will bat fifth and play right field. Abby Poole bats sixth and plays third base. Jensen Krantz over at first, batting seventh. Allie Stancil bats eighth and plays left field. And the pitcher, Maddie Reeves, will bat ninth. Counts 2-1 here on Caitlin.
Now, I don't know if that one missed outside because our vantage point's a little different here, but that one looked like it could have been a meatball that could have been poked to the outfield, but laid off there.
Pitch upstairs. Yeah, Alyssa has, she's got that fastball. She's got that off-speed pitch, and she works them both together. But that fastball is her bread and butter pitch. She's behind in the count here, though, 3-1 to Caitlin Roberts. That one is in there for a strike, 3-2. Defensively for the Blackhawks, infield third to first, Bianca Juarez will man the hot corner over at third. Sarah Tarr at short. Ground ball to Alyssa. Over to first, 1 up, 1 down here in the first. Alyssa fielding that position flawlessly. Over at second base, Kiara Hayton, and at first, Ionica Rivera. Outfield left to right, Kylie Blaha, and left, Mia Malchek out in center. Kiara Hayton, I have the lineup right. Caitlin Serafin out and right, and Kenzie Frouse does the catching for Alyssa Perkins. First pitch upstairs to Kenzie Sweeney, 1-0.
Like to see Alyssa get to that first pitch strike as she's fallen behind 1-0 here in each of the first 2 batters of this game.
Yeah, definitely. Getting ahead in the count is so critical. That pitch appears to be a little down and in. 1-1. That one, I think, misses inside as well, so she falls behind here quickly. 3-0. Yeah, it's hard to tell from this vantage point because that pitch was right at the thighs, but it's hard to tell inside and outside from where we're standing. But Sweeney is up in the count here, 3-0. Alyssa pumps that one in for a strike. We'll see if she can work back here. She was down 3-1 to the leadoff hitter. Was able to get a 1-3 ground out there. We'll see if she can pick up more of the same here against Kenzie Sweeney. Nope, downstairs with the ball.
Yeah, just missed down, and in there you can see catcher Mackenzie Frost move her gloved inside to the left there to catch that pitch. And ball 4 and the first base runner allowed of the afternoon for Alyssa Perkins.
Last time we saw Alyssa Perkins was a week ago today against Canelan. That was the 9-6 West Aurora loss. Alyssa gave up all 9 runs in the first 3 innings of that one, but was dominant in the 4th through the 7th, and the Blackhawks just ran out of time as they turned a 9-1 deficit into what ended up a 9-6 loss. They had the lead run at the plate, and a runner was thrown out at second base to end that one. So tough afternoon for the Blackhawks as they battled back, and they just weren't able to finish the comeback as Alyssa gets ahead here. She's up in the count on Kayla Kirsting, 0-2.
Good bounce back at bat here, but on the other side here for Perkins, so she's gone ahead 0-2 here after falling behind early in the first 2 batters, so good rebound here early in the first.
That puts her in control of this situation. 0-2 on the number 3 hitter. Kirsting swing and a miss. And
The runner should go back to first if I'm not mistaken here, right?
I believe so. Well, I think the runner's going to take second on a stolen base, if you will. I think they're going to, because the pitch was in the dirt, so as soon as the pitch touches the dirt, that runner can take off. So down to second goes Kenzie Sweeney on the wild pitch / passed ball. Kayla Kirsting on the strikeout, and that'll bring up the cleanup hitter, Sarah Ebner. Sarah, the shortstop. First pitch in there for a strike. Alyssa pumps that one in. So she's gotten ahead of the last two hitters here, which is nice to see. The last time these two teams faced each other, it's a pretty important matchup last year. It was the sectional finals, the state sectional finals, and West emerged victorious with a 3-2 victory over the number 1 seed, Yorkville, in that one, as West had a very, very good team themselves a year ago, only one loss in the conference, and they took out the top seed, Yorkville, and that girls' team last year went further than a lot of people expected. Pitch up and away, bouncing way off of second base is Kenzie Sweeney. She's about halfway down to third.
She's been doing that. I've been watching the first few pitches of this at-bat. She'd been bouncing off the base pads. I mean, she already took second, so she's eager to get third.
Yeah, she's just looking to get that extended lead in case the ball gets away from Frous behind the plate. As Ebner swings and misses there, evening the count at 2. We're in the top of the first inning here at West Aurora. The Blackhawks and Yorkville scoreless. West looking for their first conference victory of the year. They're 0-1 in the conference. Line drive into right field for a base hit. Rounding third is Sweeney. The throw to the plate. She slides in safely. And Ebner with a ground ball underneath the glove of the second baseman, Kara Hayton, into right field. And Yorkville jumps on the board here at 1-0. Not hit all that hard, but just out of the reach of Kara Hayton. Kara ranged far to her left, but just not able to get a glove on that, knock it down, keep it in the infield. Kenzie Sweeney comes in to score, and Yorkville takes the early lead. Foul tipped at the plate, caught the umpire. Good defense by the umpire. Did you see that? It was foul tipped, and he was able to catch that. Nicely done.
Quick mitts there.
Yeah, for sure.
But yeah, no, you were right. It was just a nice, perfectly placed ground ball there by Ebner that was able to get a runner who was in scoring position home easily.
Yep.
And an early advantage here for Yorkville.
Yep, 2 out RBIs are huge. Whether you're talking baseball or softball, picking up that runner in scoring position with 2 outs is so important. 2-0 now the count on Caitlin Schrader, the number 5 hitter and right fielder. Swing and a miss, 2-1. We're in the top of the first inning. Yorkville's up 1-0.
Opportunity here for Alyssa to just get out of this inning with only 1 earned run.
Yeah, for sure. Limit the damage, give your offense a chance. Throw down to second as the ball gets away, and into second goes Ebner. So you can see Yorkville really taking advantage of these pitches in the dirt. As soon as that ball touches the ground, these runners are taken off. So again, runner in scoring position, 2 outs, 2-2 the count. Foul tipped at the plate, and the runner will make it. No, it wasn't foul tipped.
I thought I heard a little tink.
Thought I heard a tink too, but we didn't hear a tink. And Schrader's going to go down to first on the wild pitch. Over to third goes Ebner. So second strikeout of the inning for Alyssa Perkins, but she now has runners at the corners with 2 outs for Abby Poole. And you never want to give a team 4 outs in an inning. And that's what West has done here. Runner at third is Sarah Ebner. Caitlin Schrader at first. First pitch misses down, 1-0.
Looks like he ended up calling that a strike.
Didn't hear it, yeah.
Bit of a delayed call here. I've noticed that through the first inning so far. His strike call isn't the most noticeable thing.
You got to really listen for it. That one I think is up and away because you can hear him call it, but if he's a little bit less, if he's a little bit less vocal, from pitch to pitch, sometimes it can be hard to tell.
Come on, Blue.
1-1. Upstairs, 2-1.
I'll be interested to see throughout the course of this game, Aaron. I think this is the first warm weather game that West has played this year, and so same for Yorkville. You think these players might run out of steam a little bit near the 4th or 5th inning?
I think it's the first warm weather game West has played in 3 years.
Yeah,
Here comes the 2-1 pitch. Is that the knees or is that? Yeah, it was at the knees, 2-2. I don't know. Yorkville, from what I understand, Yorkville went down to Florida for a little bit this year, which is why they've played 11 games and West has only played 4. So they've probably become a little more acclimated to it. But yeah, the heat is draining. Called strike 3, and Alyssa strikes out the side in the first. She does give up a run. We're going to go to the bottom of the first. Yorkville 1, West coming up. Bottom of the first inning here at West Aurora. Blackhawks going to get their first hacks here at Yorkville starter Maddie Reeves. Let's take a look at the West Aurora lineup today. Batting leadoff is the shortstop. That's Sarah Tarr. Sarah's hitting about 600 this year. She has been all over everything.
I think that's good.
Yeah, 600 is pretty good. Last time we saw Sarah a week ago, she had a home run. Hit a home run to dead center field. She hit the high fly ball to left. There were a couple of home runs hit that day. I'm getting confused.
We were here for the home opener, and she was terrific defensively. She put on a clinic.
Yeah, she's really short-handed at shortstop. She has some difficulty throwing because of an injury, but really short-handed with the glove and excellent with the bat. It's 1-1 here from Reeves now. Swing and a miss, 1-2. Behind Sarah Tarr will be the second baseman, Kiara Hayton. Batting third is the first baseman, Alyssa Perkins. Ionica Rivera bats cleanup and plays first base. Caitlin Serafin out in right field bats fifth. Mia Malchek batting sixth, playing center field. The fly ball to left is caught there by Ali Stansel, one away here in the bottom of the first. Kylie Blaha will bat seventh and play left field. Diana Vargas is your designated player. Kenzie Frous will bat ninth and do the catching for Alyssa Perkins. So Maddie Reeves, one up, one down here, gets Sarah Tarr to fly out to medium left field. That'll bring up the second baseman, Kiara Hayton. Kiara has that run-up style that you see from a lot of players, especially from that left side of the plate. You see that a lot in softball because it's not a huge distance from home plate to first base. So if you can get a ground ball to the left side, you can get a running start down that baseline. You can turn a lot of those ground balls to third and short into base hits.
Absolutely. It seemed like on that try there, she just wasn't sure if she wanted to swing or not, but she just committed with it.
Yep.
And ends up falling behind here 0-2.
0-2, bottom of the first. West down 1-0.
I don't think she went.
No, you heard head coach. Heard the head coach down here in front of us going, no.
They pointed down to first, and blue as well says all good. So 1-2.
1-2 now on Hayton. The pitch swings and misses. First strikeout for Reeves. Maddie's got a lot behind that right arm. Stepping in now is the pitcher, Alyssa Perkins. And a little over a week ago, Alyssa became West Aurora's all-time home run queen. She hit her 18th home run. She hit number 19 last Thursday, so added to her record. Ooh, big cut there at that first pitch, 0-1. This is power versus power right here. You saw Maddie Reeves just wind up and bring the hard stuff, and Alyssa came up empty on that first swing.
Alyssa's one to bat, although she'll work back in this count and make it a devious at bat.
Timeout called by somebody. We are all ready to go now. Maddie Reeves digging in on the mound. Alyssa Perkins digging in at first base. Fouled straight back. Means she's on it, right?
She is.
Foul it straight back like that. That means you're on the pitch. Alyssa just needs to square it up a little bit more, and she can tie this ball game up in a hurry. The home run that Alyssa hit last week never made it more than about 15 or 20 feet off the ground. It was an absolute screaming line drive over the left field wall.
You're kidding.
No.
Oh, man. That's
Called
a bad
strike
call.
3. It looked a little bit high from this perspective, but Blue called it a strike. West goes in order here in the first. We go to the second. Yorkville 1, West nothing. Top of the second, Yorkville getting their second cuts here at Alyssa Perkins. They scored a run off Alyssa in the first. A walk, a couple of pass balls, and a ground ball to the right side gave Yorkville a 1-0 lead after one. This is Jensen Krantz, the first baseman, batting seventh. Alyssa struck out the side in the first. She also walked a batter. That one's in there for a strike. Alyssa looks like she's feeling good out there today. She got behind the first couple of batters, but she's been ahead of everybody since then. And other than that seeing eye ground ball to the right side that got past Kira Hayton.
Look out.
Over by us. Well, over by the dugout, I guess. 1 and 2.
Putting us on our toes.
That's
Even though
right.
It's not that close. But yeah, no, you're right about Alyssa. And I mean, you can't get off to a hot start every game. I mean, when you're out there multiple times a week, basically. I mean, not every single start is going to go to perfection, but
Right.
she's still in here hanging in. I got it.
Pop up down the left field line, and that one will land in foul territory. Kylie Blaha doesn't have a chance at that one. It's about as close as it is. That's about as close as a ball has gotten to us this year.
If I make a catch, do I get a game ball?
Yes.
Do I get to keep the souvenir?
Well, it depends on depends on whether or not the gear survives. If you protect the camera and catch the ball, I will buy you a Coke.
You know what? Even if I break a Coke,
I'll buy you a Coke.
That sounds like my rewards for working in retail.
Called strike 3. So that's 4 strikeouts now for our list. I'll buy a half a dozen donuts. How about that?
Pizza party?
Okay, a pizza party. You got it. If you can protect the gear and catch a ball, I will buy you pizza. So it's 4 strikeouts here for Alyssa. That she'll now face Allie Stansel, the number 8 hitter, the left fielder. Yorkville with a 1-0 lead here in the top of the second. Swung on and missed.
Nice, pump that heat.
Yeah,
right
Stansel
by
was
her.
behind that one. Alyssa's feeling it today. You can see she hasn't thrown many of those off-speed pitches. It's been mostly heat, and so far Yorkville hasn't been able to catch up with it. Even the hit by Sarah Ebner was the opposite way. Ground ball to the right side by a right-handed hitter. So they've been behind that pitch from Alyssa here through an inning and a third. 1-1 the count on Stansel. Ground ball right to the first baseman. Ionica Rivera steps on the bag. 2 up, 2 down here in the second. But yeah, again, behind that fastball, just a weak roller down the first base line.
Yeah, you were able to identify it from the first batter this inning. You could tell she started to settle in all of a sudden and right out of the gate. Good second inning.
Yep, and she'll face Maddie Reeves, her opposite number. Maddie, the starting pitcher for Yorkville, the number 9 hitter in this Yorkville lineup. Check swing, but that's right there for a strike. Umpire didn't make the call, but he threw the arm signal up that time. He can either hear him say it or he throws the arm up.
It's really bothering me, by the way.
It just means I have to pay attention. Pitch blocked in the dirt, 1-1. If Reeves reaches Caitlin Roberts, the leadoff hitter, we get a chance here in the second.
I say it's really bothering me, though, but at the same time, you got to thank all these people who come out here and do their service.
It's a thankless job. It is a thankless job being an umpire for high school and youth sports, for sure.
I was scrolling through the old TikTok app, you know, that terrible thing.
I don't have TikTok. No, it's
this umpire pops up on my For You page, and he's just going off. He's like, I left the game, I quit, 'cause I just can't handle these parents being belligerent. I'm like, you know what? Good for you, dude.
Pop up to shallow center. That ball falls in front of Mia Malchek for a 2-out single here for Maddie Reeves. So Maddie doing a little bit of everything. A couple of strikeouts in the first inning. Picks up a base hit here in the second. Really, how can anything bother you on a day like today?
That's
seriously, 75 degrees, not a cloud in the sky. Picture perfect baseball weather. It looks like we'll have a pinch runner here for Maddie Reeves. Don't want to put any undue stress on that pitcher's body. Let her pick up a hit and go to the dugout and then come back out and pitch again in the second. So Caitlin Roberts now 2 outs, runner at first. West down 1-0 in the top of the second. Umpire taking the notes.
He's very delicate.
He really is, yeah. He's really taking his time here to make sure he gets the name right and the number right. And I think we're good to go finally.
Tucks his notebook back in that back pocket.
He is taking his sweet time.
Yeah, he is. And just some food for thought, but I mean that high strike 3 call on Alyssa Perkins last inning, and now he's kind of messing with her now. Just a thought.
Pitch in there for a strike. You think he's got a problem with Alyssa? I can't imagine.
Know.
I mean, yeah, I don't think so.
It's just the sports fan.
This is conspiracy theory type stuff here. 0-1 the count on Roberts.
I got a laugh out of you. So.
Ground ball foul to third, scooped up by Ivianka over there at third base, but it's a foul ball. 0-2. Alyssa 1 strike away from getting out of the second here. She already has 4 strikeouts. Along with a walk, she's given up a couple of hits. Called strike 3. That is strikeout number 5. The throw down to second doesn't matter because there are 3 outs. So Alyssa with 5 strikeouts through 2. Yorkville strands a runner at first. We go to the bottom of the second. West is down by 1. Bottom of the second inning, West will send up 4-5-6 against Maddie Reeves here in the second. It's 1-0. Yorkville with the lead. Ionica Rivera, Caitlin Seraph, and Mia Malchek will hit for the Blackhawks. If anybody reaches, Kylie Blaha get a chance against Maddie Reeves, who struck out a pair of West Aurora hitters in that first inning. First pitch to Rivera, and Rivera swings and misses for a strike. And as good as Alyssa has been with that heater through 2 innings, Maddie Reeves matching her pitch for pitch, really. Upstairs, 1-1.
That big step with that back foot, too, puts a little force behind that fastball.
Yeah, she's got a lot behind it, and West had trouble with it in that first inning. Kara Hayton and Alyssa Perkins, both strikeout victims. Foul straight back. 1-2 now on Ionica Rivera, the first baseman. Absolutely gorgeous day today at West Aurora. Temperature in the low 80s. Can you believe that? It's just crazy, right? Low 80s in the middle of April, not a cloud in the sky, and this is like the 4th straight day it's been this nice.
I love it.
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely perfect day. It's about 30 degrees warmer than it was last Thursday when we were here. Shorts and T-shirt weather today. I was all bundled up last week.
You even got the sandals today.
I do. I'm rocking the flip-flops. I'm a flip-flop guy about 8 months out of the year.
There you go.
I wear
the dogs out.
I wear flip-flops from April until about the middle of October. And then I go right to the boots. And I go right to the winter boots. Yeah, it's about it for me.
Hey, it saves you some money on the wardrobe.
It does. Pitch is away to Ionica 2-2. Yeah, it certainly does. Yeah, last week it was jeans and a hoodie and my winter coat, and I had my skull cap on. And today it's shorts, T-shirt, and sandal weather.
Right, I was getting my bag ready for today. I pulled out a winter hat from the last time I was here. I was like, won't need this one.
Won't need this. Well, until next week when the temperature drops into the 50s again.
Hey, no, we were having good conversation. Keep it at that.
2-2 to Ionica. Downstairs, she draws a walk. That was the 3-2 pitch, excuse me. So Rivera is the first base runner of the game for West here. A leadoff walk in the 2nd inning. That'll bring up Caitlin Seraphin. We'll see if maybe West tries to play a little small ball here.
All you need is one.
See if Caitlin can drop a bunt down or try to get that runner over. She squares. Fair ball down the third base line into the corner. Hitting second is Rivera. She makes her way to third. She's going to round third. Here comes the throw to the plate, and Ionica is safe at the plate on the RBI double by Caitlin Seraphin, tying this at 1. Caitlin drilled that right down the third base line, and West gets right back on the board here in the 2nd inning, evening this game at 1.
Well, that was a shot right down the line, just outside the third base bag there, inside the line, I should say, and just able to squeak down that line into the outfield, and that'll even up this puppy at 1.
Yeah, Caitlin Seraphin is somebody that this Blackhawks team relies on, and she missed the first couple of games as she was recovering from an injury, and you see that bat speed right there as she turned on that fastball and just hooked it down the third base line. Getting West even here at 1. Ionica Rivera motoring all the way around from first. And she scores ahead of the throw. This is Mia Malchek now, runner at second. Mia swings and misses. She's even in the count here, 1-1. Mia, the center fielder.
That bat speed, though.
Yeah, that was impressive bat speed by Caitlin getting around on that fastball and hooking it down that third base line for a double. Called a strike. I think it's called a strike, right? Yeah, 1-2. I thought I heard him enunciate strike.
I know. You look to the left to look at the scoreboard. He puts his fist up in the air, signifying.
Oh, did he?
Did.
So he calls it, and then he waits, and then he puts the arm up. Okay, so now I understand. Now I know what I got to do. Inside to Mia, 2-2. Kylie Blaha up next.
She was taking rips in the cage behind us to her right. She was making good contact right up the middle.
Yeah, you'll also see Diana Vargas over here, number 5, taking those cuts because she's the designated player, so she's not going to be in the field. So you'll see her over here taking hacks in between innings. Just not that you need to stay warm in this weather, but keep those muscles, that muscle memory fresh. Good at bat here by Mia, fouling off a couple pitches, 2-2 on the Blackhawks center fielder. We're 1-1 here, bottom of the 2nd inning. The 10-1 Yorkville softball team coming to West Aurora, and Mia swings through the high fastball. Third strikeout of the afternoon here from Maddie Reeves, and that'll bring up Kylie Blaha, the left fielder now. Runner at second, Caitlin Seraphin. She drove in Ionica Rivera with a double here in the 2nd inning. Rivera walked to lead off the inning. Seraphin, first pitch swinging, pulls it down the third base line. She's still there with 1 out now. First pitch to Kylie is in there for a strike. Diana Vargas is in the on-deck circle for the Blackhawks. Blaha behind that 0-1 pitch, 0-2. The 0-2 from Reeves to Blaha. Took a little off that one, and Kylie swings through it. That's the 4th strikeout now for Reeves. She's got 4 through an inning and a third, and Alyssa Perkins has 5 through 2. So Not a lot of contact in this game so far. A lot of strikeouts for both sides.
I know, sounds like a pitcher's duel. You'd be surprised to hear, though. It is 1-1 in the second inning.
1-1 in the second inning. Diana Vargas now trying to pick up that 2-out RBI, pitches in there for a strike, 0-1. So just like Yorkville in the first inning, runner at second, 2 outs. We'll see if West can turn it around and pick up that two-run RBI. Caitlin Seraphin over at second. Big hack by Diana. Comes up with nothing but air. It's 0-2.
Yeah, the Blackhawks, I mean, they're getting the bat around here. It's just they're not able to get it on the ball, but it feels like watching these swings, if they make contact, this ball might sail a long way in this weather.
Yeah, they're taking some big hacks. And there's strikeout number 5. So both pitchers with 5 strikeouts through 2 innings. But West gets on the board. RBI double by Caitlin Seraphin. Ties it at 1. We'll be back for the third inning in just a minute. Top of inning 3, West able to tie it in the second. The last time these two teams played last year, the sectional final went the way of the Blackhawks, 3-2 over the number 1 seed Yorkville squad last year. So West upset them in the playoffs last year. Looking for a little more upset action here as Yorkville came into action today 10-1 and predicted to be one of the top teams in the division this season. West 2-2. They've lost their last 2, but they're starting to get healthy, which is nice to see. 1-0 the count on the leadoff hitter, Kenzie Sweeney. Alyssa takes a little off that one, stays upstairs 2-0.
Now Sweeney choking up on the bat here. It looks like when she took that extra warm-up pack, but it appears those hands came down the barrel now.
Another pitch up, 3-0. Sweeney drew a walk in the first inning, came around to score on that 2-out single by Sarah Ebner. So Alyssa having trouble throwing strikes to the second baseman, Kenzie Sweeney. And I guess that was called a strike. It looked like Sweeney was about to take a step towards first base, but again, that late call by the umpire.
I think Alyssa kind of got her caught a little by surprise. She was still getting set in the box.
There's strike. You could hear it that time. You hear the umpire make the strike 2 call that time. So Perkins battles back. She had the count 3-2 on Sweeney last in the first inning and lost her. Let's see if she can pick her up here. Nope, upstairs. So second walk of the game issued by Alyssa Perkins. Second walk of the game for Kenzie Sweeney, and that brings up the catcher, Kayla Kirsten. Kayla struck out swinging in inning number 1.
Careful, though, with Sweeney on the base pads. We saw how frisky she can get. She's really antsy to get her
bouncy over there, right?
Yep.
Yeah. She's just waiting for that ball to touch the dirt, either in front of or to the side of Kenzie Frous, and she will take. Saw it right there. She jumped off of first base, and she was ready to go. But that shows heady base running, right? I mean, it shows someone who's engaged and ready to go at that first opportunity. 0-1 on Kirsting. Perkins has 5 strikeouts and 2 walks through 2 innings. Called a strike as well, 0-2 as Kirsting squares to bunt, pulls it back, but is called a strike anyway.
This is where you just pump the gas right at her. She hasn't seen it this at bat with an actual swing. She squared around to bunt twice, 2 strikes on her.
There it is, ground ball to Tar right through the wickets into center field. It splits the defenders out in left center field. Coming in to score will be Sweeney. Into second will go Kayla Kirsting on the E6, and Yorkville takes a 2-1 lead. And that's really surprising, as Sarah Tar, usually very, very sure-handed over there at short, just pulled that glove up a little too early, maybe thinking about trying to turn 2 or get that lead runner, and just pulled that glove up off the ground a little bit too quickly, and that one went right through the wickets, and Yorkville retakes the lead here at 2-1. Pitch upstairs to Sarah Ebner. She drove in a run in the first inning, or single to right. So 2 runs on 1 hit. No errors for Yorkville. 1 run, 1 hit, 1 error for West.
Yeah, if I'm hating over at second base, I wouldn't even worry about the runner knowing that ball was hit my way the last time Ebner was up.
Swing and a miss by Ebner. 1-1. We're in the third, top of the third. Yorkville with a 2-1 lead. Sarah Ebner at the plate. Alyssa Perkins out there for her 3rd inning of work. Alyssa with 5 strikeouts here so far. Squares to bunt, pulls it back, tries to swing, fouls it off. 1-2. That's a play I never understood. When you square to bunt and pull it back, because it just feels like it's throwing your timing all off. And I mean, athletes are creatures of habit, right? And you kind of get into a swinging mindset. And when you pull it back to bunt, I feel like it throws everything off there. It's a fair ball, throw over to third. And Kirsten goes down to third on the 5-3 put out. Nice play by Juarez to field that play, get the ball over to first. Nothing she could do about the runner, Kirsten, who went from second to third on the throw. So a runner at third now with 1 out. Caitlin Schrader struck out her last time up. Alyssa needs a strikeout here as well to keep that runner right at third base. Swing and a miss.
Hefty cut there to begin this at bat.
Yeah, pitch right at the knees, maybe a little below the knees, that uppercut swing by Schrader. 0-1. Abby Poole in the on-deck circle. Yorkville's up 2-1 here in the third. Ooh, must have been outside because that was right at the belt. 1-1.
Yeah, I agree. Had to have been on the outside half of the plate there. It looked very good from our vantage point.
1-1. That one's downstairs. Schrader swings and misses, though. Helps out Alyssa on that pitch down around the ankles.
Yeah, both strikes here down at the knees are lower. So just keep it down there, and she's probably going to swing and miss at this next one.
Let's see what Alyssa does here on the 1-2. Let's see if she comes at her with the heat or takes a little off it. Ooh, misses away.
That looked like a changeup there. It just dipped as it got near the plate, and I guess it must have been on the outer half that time as well.
Yeah, again, she took a little bit off. That one was sort of in between her fastball and her quote-unquote slow ball. Line drive to left, down for a base hit. Kirsten comes in to score. Caitlin Schrader with an RBI single, and it's 3-1. Yorkville with the lead. Good piece of hitting by Caitlin Schrader. 2 strike swinging there and just able to poke it over the shortstop Tar into left field, giving her team a 2-run lead here in the third.
You know, if you're the Blackhawks, I mean, Alyssa's pitching well. You've read off the stat line. She's doing a fine job. It's just this team in Yorkville is also 10-1, and they do know how to play fundamental ball.
0-1 now on Abby Poole. Yeah, and I mean, again, that was probably the hardest hit. Well, the hardest hit ball was probably the ground ball that went through Sarah Tar that led to the first run of this inning. So she's not giving up a lot of strong contact, but Yorkville's taking advantage of, miscues in the field, and the run in that first inning on a couple of pass balls, and then a two out base hit, and then here in the third, an error that allowed a run to score as well. So popped foul. So West hasn't been super sharp defensively here in the first couple of innings, but I mean this is game 5 for them. Right. They literally have been playing. The season started a month ago, and they played 4 games because of the weather.
And you were saying at game 1 how this happened to them last year too. So it's just a shame that these kids in high school ball can't get all this time to play. They would love to do.
They can't get the reps, and when you don't get the reps, you make these mistakes in early season games. Grounder to second. Hayton over to first. Schrader will go down to second on the 4-3 putout. So Yorkville now runner at third with 2 outs, and Jensen Krantz will step in. Yeah, I mean, for all intents and purposes, this is still, first week of the season or second week of the season for the Blackhawks. Yeah. A lot of practice, but practice and game time are 2 different things. And Blackhawks have played 4 games and now 2.5 innings in a month.
You can't replicate a game in practice.
It's not a lot of, real-life action over the first 4 weeks of this season, so some of these mistakes are going to happen now. Yorkville, on the other hand, has played 11 games. So that they've had the time to kind of work out some of those kinks here in the early going.
You added that they got to play in the heat too down in Florida. So it might not matter too much, but it's just little things too.
Ground ball to the left side. There is Tar, scoops, fires, throws, and that retires the side. That's what we expect to see out of Sarah Tar. That short-handed glove. We go to the bottom of the third. Yorkville picks up a couple. They're up 3-1. Bottom of the third, West finds themselves in a 3-1 hole here against Maddie Reeves. Maddie gave up a run last inning. She walked a batter, then gave up a double to Seraphin. But Yorkville came right back, scored a couple in the top of the third. She'll face Kenzie Frouse and then Sarah Tar, Kiera Hayton. It's 9-1-2 in this West Aurora lineup. 0-1 the count on Frouse, the catcher. Kenzie swings and misses, nothing in two. And we found out in between innings that the pitcher for Yorkville, Maddie Reeves, has a scholarship to Miami of Ohio. So she'll be pitching D1 softball next spring. And that pitch is upstairs for a ball.
I always like seeing people from around the area we grew up in get scholarships and stuff to good programs. And make their way. It makes me feel proud to be from the area.
Be able to continue to play their game. And as Kenzie goes down swinging, that is the 6th strikeout of the game here against Maddie Reeves. And 4 in a row. So she walked Ionica Rivera in the second, gave up the double to Caitlin Seraphin, and then I guess you could say she bared down because she struck out Malchek, Blaha, Vargas, and Frouse all swinging in consecutive. So that's 4 straight strikeouts. She'll face Sarah Tar here.
She's going to want to go 1, 2, 3 in this inning because if that 4th batter comes up, it's going to be Alyssa Perkins, and she could tie it with one swing of the bat.
Sarah Tar, just a sophomore. She has D1 potential written all over her as well from the various people I've talked to here at West Aurora. The 6-foot sophomore shortstop. She's got the glove, as we've seen. She's got a bat. She homered last time we were here last Thursday. As I mentioned in the pregame, she's hitting about 600 this year. It's only 4 games, but, small sample size, but 600 is good. So
I think it's more than good.
Yeah. Inside for a ball. So West has got their own talented young ladies as well. Sarah, they're all, we've seen over the first 2 years, we've seen some really good softball here at West Aurora. But Sarah Tar up in the count here, 2-1, looking to get on base. Got to get something going against Maddie Reeves here in the third. Sarah tries to hold up. She can't. 2-2. And that high fastball, I don't care if it's baseball or softball, it's tempting, isn't it? It's hard to lay off that pitch.
So hard to lay off.
Looks hittable, and then before you know it, it's at your eyeballs and past you. 2-2 now to Sarah Tar.
I got it.
Oh, man, that's coming right over by me. And it's caught in foul territory for the second out of the inning.
I couldn't get it on camera. They wouldn't go down low enough. I got it in there.
I can tell you that the third baseman, Abby Poole, made the catch in foul territory. That was about 4 feet in front of us.
And I'm not going to break our dandy piece of equipment.
No, I appreciate that. A catch was made in foul territory. I lost a flip-flop there as I was getting prepared for that.
Oh, you got a little scared, eh?
Well, I was getting prepared is what I was doing. I was setting my feet to make the catch.
You guys heard it here, folks.
Yes.
Aaron got a little worried.
0-1 on Kiera Hayton. Kiera struck out swinging in the first inning, one of 6 Ks here through 2 2/3 for Maddie Reeves. We're in the third, West down 3-1. Kiera swings at the pitch, up around the letters, 0-2. If Hayton reaches, Perkins would get a chance to hit. Downstairs for a ball, 1-2. So Alyssa Perkins has allowed 2 hits, 3 runs. 2 of them have been earned. She's walked 2, struck out 5 through 3. Maddie Reeves has been really, really good. 2 2/3, 1 hit, 1 run, 1 walk, and 6 strikeouts. She's looking for number 7. Counts even on Hayton. And there it is, strikeout number 7 for Reeves. And we are through 3. West is down 3-1. Fourth inning, about ready to get started here at West Aurora. Blackhawks find themselves down 3-1 against Maddie Reeves, who has been really dominant, save for Caitlin Serafin's double down the third base line. 7 strikeouts in three innings for the Miami of Ohio Red Hawk recruit. On the other side, Alyssa Perkins has pitched really, really well. A couple of mishaps by the Blackhawks in the infield. 1 pitch, 1 out here in the fourth, though, as Ali Stansel grounds out Hayton to Rivera, 1 away.
That's another one down the right field line, by the way, Aaron.
Yep, Alyssa Perkins now 3 1/3 innings. She's allowed 3 runs. 2 of them have been earned. A couple of hits, a couple of walks, and 5 strikeouts for Alyssa Perkins. So she's pitched another good game, but again, a 2-base error by Sarah Tarr. A couple of pass balls in that first inning led really directly to a couple of those runs. The ground ball through Sarah Tarr's legs led to Kenzie Sweeney coming in to score. And then in the first inning, a couple of pass balls put Sweeney in scoring position. Alyssa fielding her position flawlessly. 2 away as she gets Reeves on the putout. Caitlin Roberts now as Alyssa looks for that elusive 1-2-3 inning. She hasn't had one yet. Closest she came in the second when she retired the first 2 batters, and then Maddie Reeves would single. Caitlin Roberts 0 for 2. Ground out and a strikeout. Ground ball foul.
That one might have went off her knee, it looked like.
Sounded like it did. It sounded very hollow, didn't it?
It did, and she went over and grabbed that left knee, but she shakes it off, put some dirt on it.
Rub some dirt on it.
Sound like I'm from the 70s, huh?
That's right. Rub some dirt on it. That's how it's how I do things with my kids, though, too. Rub some dirt on it, get back out there, you're fine.
Right.
There's the breaking pitch on the outer edge.
That one fooled Roberts, too, kind of buckled her knees as she just sat and watched that one cross the plate.
Alyssa looking for that 1-2-3 inning. She's up in the count, 0-2. And mid-pitch misses away, 1-2. If Roberts reaches the pesky Kenzie Sweeney, Stands in the on-deck circle. Sweeney doesn't have an official at bat yet, but she has a couple of runs scored. 2-2 now on Roberts.
Alyssa walking off the mound, taking a minute to reset.
2-2 lofted towards the right side. Foul.
And that gentleman in the black shirt's got to make a better effort for that.
Yeah, you got to make an effort for that, man. You can't just stick the arm out there. Come on. You got to dive. You got to, I mean, you give out. You got to sacrifice the body for the team, right? And that's what you're taught.
That could have been his moment.
It could have been, right. We would have had it on camera, too. 2-2 pitch away. Roberts has worked this count full. It was 0-2. Now it's 3-2.
Yeah, it's been a good at-bat. She's battled hard here on Perkins. See if Perkins could finish the job here and give West an opportunity in the bottom half of the fourth to claw back in it.
Yeah, Alyssa will lead off in the bottom of that fourth inning. The payoff. Grounded over by the West dugout. Stays 3-2.
Another one caught like I'd say the inside middle part of the bat. I don't like the heel almost. I guess you could describe it as they both fouled right to her left.
Yeah,
that dugout.
The pitch is getting in. The pitch is getting inside on her. So when she fouls it off, the only place for it to go is sort of down and behind her. Alyssa taking her time here now in between pitches. Here comes the payoff. Downstairs. And Roberts will draw a 2-out walk. That's the third walk of the game issued by the West starter, Alyssa Perkins. And she will now have to face the pesky Kenzie Sweeney. Kenzie, no official plate appearances today. She walked in the first and scored. She walked in the third and scored. First pitch at the letters for a strike, 0-1.
He has been consistent with that call, though.
Yeah, he has. That's all you're looking for, right? Is that umpire to be consistent with the calls, whatever it is. Misses away, I think. No, he called a strike. Yeah, 0-2.
Hit you with the
he wasn't quite as vocal with that strike call, so I thought maybe it was a ball, but no, 0-2.
No, I was talking about the players. I think Blue's the one getting tired in the heat.
Ground ball to the first baseman. And Rivera steps on the bag to retire the side. So Alyssa works around a 2-out walk. We're through 3.5. West is still down 3-1. Bottom of the fourth inning here at West Aurora, and apparently when you leave a drink out in the sun when it's 85 degrees out, it gets warm. Who knew? My partner, Jarek Rubel, does not like warm, flat Dr. Pepper. That's what we've established in between innings.
And I'm one, I'll keep my sodas room temperature. I won't put them in the fridge or anything. I'll just grab them out of the kitchen. Yeah, I don't know.
Oh, man. Cold drinks are so much better. I'm going to grab myself a cold drink when I'm done with this broadcast. Hopefully a West winner.
Unorthodox human being, I guess.
I guess so. Alyssa Perkins steps in. Alyssa looking to help her own cause here. Takes the first pitch inside for a ball. She was a strikeout victim to end the first inning. Alyssa's now pitched 4. 3 hits, a couple of earned runs, 3 walks, and those 5 strikeouts. Keeping this Yorkville offense relatively at bay. 1-0 to the West pitcher is upstairs 2-0.
Hitters count now. Got to take advantage.
Yep, we'll see if Alyssa, in this type of situation, you're looking for a pitch in your zone, right? And if you get it, you take that big cut.
A hefty hack.
Yeah, let's see what Alyssa can do here on the 2-0. And she does, and she fouled that one straight back again.
Squared that one up just a little bit more.
Yeah, you square that one up a little bit more, and it's going 250, 300 feet the opposite direction.
Yeah, they got some baseball players out in center field.
They better watch themselves, with Alyssa out there. She could easily crack one of them.
Baby blues, by the way.
Those are nice. I like those. 2-1 now on Perkins. In there for a strike, 2-2. So Reeves does battle back here to even the count. Maddie's been really good. 7 strikeouts, 1 hit, 1 run in 3. West having a tough time making contact. 2-2. Off-speed pitch, fooled Alyssa. Got that head of the bat out ahead of things. And that's strikeout victim number 8. So the only West Aurora batter to not strike out, to make contact, is Sarah Tarr. Sarah's 0 for 2. And Caitlin Seraphin, she doubled. Everybody else has struck out. Kara Hayton struck out twice. Alyssa Perkins has struck out twice. Malchek, Blaha, Vargas, and Fraus all with strikeouts. And this is Ionica Rivera. She walked and scored in the second inning. She's down on the count, 0-1. We're in the bottom of the 4th. West is down 2. Fastball at the eyeballs. Ionica swings through it. 0-2.
Can't help it.
Nah, you really can't. It's such a hard pitch to hold off.
It's a big inning, though, here. Now that you're going into the 5th after this, got to try and muster up something.
Yeah, just try to get some sort of offense going against Reeves. Show that you can, right? And that's kind of what West is struggling with.
Not only that, just get the pitch count up and just start making her work a little harder, wear her down to the late innings.
To the backstop. That was like a breaking pitch that didn't break.
We're in the release on that one.
2-2 now on Rivera, the first baseman. Reeves is ready. She kicks and fires, and Rivera was able to hold up that time. Asks for a call down to the first base umpire. No call. So Ionica working this count full again. She did this in the second inning, and she was able to score. See if she can reach base for a second time here. The payoff pitch. Called strike 3 right there. Strikeout number 9 now for Reeves. Caitlin Seraphin, the only West player to make really solid contact in this one. She, for first pitch swinging in that second inning, grounded a double down the third base line, scoring Rivera from first. At the time, it tied the game at 1. Yorkville has since added a couple of runs. They're up 3-1 here in the bottom of the 4th inning. Yorkville came into today's matchup 10-1 on the season. West was only 2-2. West had a handful of games postponed, canceled. Pitch fouled straight back by Caitlin.
It's a nice win today, too, by the way, Aaron.
Well, it always feels nice when it's 75 degrees outside. It doesn't.
It's not too powerful. I feel like the last couple times you're going to get blown over.
Yeah, there's that, too. Pitch to Seraphin, misses 2-1.
And it's nice to see a good crowd also out here for this game, both sides of the dugout.
Mm-hmm. Well, I mean, the weather will do that, right? People get outside and want to watch some sports. Hit high in the air to left field and on the track and in and out of the glove of Stansel in left field. So Caitlin Seraphin will reach second base on the E7. I thought for a minute that had a chance, Jarek. Thought for a minute that had the chance. Back on the warning track, though, in and out of the glove of the left fielder, Allie Stansel. So West has got a chance here in the fourth.
Sometimes all you need is a little break, too, a little error out and left, ends up getting a base runner in scorer's position. And now you have an opportunity to claw back in it in the middle inning.
Yeah, and it goes to show you, Caitlin Serafin's put a couple of really good swings on Maddie Reeves here so far this afternoon, and it just lengthens that West lineup a little bit now that she's back out there and healthy. Getting that extra bat in the lineup is huge for the Blackhawks. So she's at second with 2 away. Mia Malchek up. Mia's ahead in the count 1-0. Mia grounded right back to Reeves. Maddie, one hop, flashed the leather. So she does it with the arm. She does it with the glove. Retires Mia on the 1-3 put out. We're through 4. West Strand's a runner at second. We go to the 5th with the Blackhawks down 3-1. Top of the 5th inning, West stranded a runner at second in the bottom of the 4th. Only their 3rd base runner of the game. They weren't able to bring home Caitlin Serafin, so we go to the 5th, down 3-1. Yorkville will send up Kirsting, Ebner, and Schrader. That's 3-4-5 against Alyssa Perkins. Foul tipped at the plate. Alyssa's 4 innings, 3 hits, 3 runs. 2 of them are earned. 3 walks, 5 strikeouts. All those strikeouts came in the first 2 innings. No strikeouts here in the last 2 innings. She looks to keep this Yorkville offense at bay and give her team a chance. Off-speed pitch lofted out to right field. Over for it goes Serafin, and Caitlin makes the catch in the Sunfield. That's not an easy play here at West Aurora. As the day gets longer, those fly balls to right field are difficult.
If I could turn this camera around about 180 degrees, I could probably give you a look at what she was dealing with.
Well, you can see those long shadows that the players are giving off on the field down there. It just shows you how low in the sky that sun is out there behind us, and it makes right field a very difficult place to field the ball. Nicely done by Caitlin Serafin for the first out here in the 5th inning.
And you said that no strikeouts in the last 2 innings for Perkins, but a lot of the help's been on the right side of the diamond with Serafin out and right, and then over at
Kara
second
Hayton,
base, Kara Hayton. They've made a lot of good stops on that side of the field.
Well, yeah, I mean, Alyssa has set down 6 of the last 7 batters she's faced, so she's settling into the game, even though she's not striking batters out. If 5 groundouts and a flyout in the last 6, so they don't ask how, right?
Exactly.
So I mean, Alyssa gets it done in the first couple innings via strikeout, gets it done in the last couple innings via allowing her defense to work for her.
Team effort.
And that's what she's doing. She's ahead of Ebner 1-2. Off-speed pitch lined into left center field, splits the defense, goes up against the wall, and coasting into second will be Sarah Ebner with a 1-out double. And you can see Alyssa tried to sneak that off-speed pitch fast past Ebner, and Ebner was able to turn on it. Alyssa's been so effective with that fastball here today. Just sped up the bat of Ebner and allowed her to line a double to left center field.
Yeah, Yorkville's have been at their finest when they've been able to turn on the ball and send it over here right in front of us on the left side of the infield, and that's where most of their damage has come in this game.
Yep, first pitch fastball to Caitlin Schrader is a strike. Caitlin's 1 for 2. She struck out but reached on a pass ball in the first, and then had an RBI single in the third, driving home Kayla Kirsting, who had reached on a two-base error. The 0-1 fouled straight back, and Alyssa's up in the count 0-2. Here in the fifth, West is down 3-1. Blackhawks only have one hit in the game. That was an RBI double by Caitlin Seraphin back in the second inning. Alyssa looking for strikeout number 6, looking to keep Sarah Ebner right at second base.
The Yorkville bench getting vocal.
That is a vocal bunch over there in red and black. Little bit off that one upstairs.
Interesting thought there with 2 strikes to show bunt and pull back again.
Try to pull the defenders out of position maybe a little bit. The 1-2 now. Swung on and missed. There is strikeout number 6 as Alyssa throws the fastball past Schrader for the second out here in the 5th inning. Abby Poole now, the third baseman. She's 0 for 2. She struck out to end the first, grounded out to Hayton in the third.
Just focus on the batter here, get out of this inning with the same 3-1 score and put that leadoff double behind you.
Yeah, Alyssa has allowed 4 hits now. That was the first extra base hit she's given up.
Back to the scorecard.
Oh, yeah. And he walks 30 feet down the third baseline to do so. 3-1 Yorkville here in the 5th. West looking to avoid a 3-game losing streak, and to do it, they're going to have to beat a D1 commit here in Maddie Reeves, Miami of Ohio. We got a pinch hitter, it looks like, actually. It looks like number 15. That's Regan Bishop is up there here in the 5th inning. Regan Bishop, junior, pinch hitting here in the 5th inning for Abby Poole. 0-1. And 2. Alyssa's just pumping those strikes in here. So she's given up a hit in every inning, or she's allowed a base runner in every inning. But really that third inning was the only one. Here's a ground ball to Tar at short. Sarah double pumps, throw over to first, and nice stretch over there by Ionica Rivera to retire the side. So Alyssa works around the 1-out double by Sarah Ebner. We go to the bottom of the 5th. West has 3 innings to go. They're down by 2. Bottom of the 5th inning, Blackhawks trail 3-1 here. They'll send up the bottom of the order against Maddie Reeves, who has struck out 9 Blackhawks in 4 innings. It'll be Kylie Blaha, Diana Vargas, and Kenzie Fraus, all of whom struck out in their first plate appearances. Kylie struck out with Caitlin Seraphin at second and 1 out in the second inning. Swings and misses there. That was really the opportunity for West, right, Jarek? They scored a run. Ionica Rivera had walked. Caitlin Seraphin doubled down the third baseline. They had a runner at second with nobody out. Thought maybe bunt, get that runner over to third, but they weren't able to make any contact at all. Right. And Caitlin was stranded at second base, and they really haven't had an opportunity since that point. Last inning, Seraphin reached on a 2-out error, but she wasn't able to score. I haven't updated the score, but I think it's 0-2.
It should be 0-2, yeah.
It's 0-2 on Kylie. I think that was called a strike. And Kylie is down on 3 pitches. That is strikeout number 10 for Reeves here through 4 and a third. And now Diana Vargas, who struck out to end the second inning, will get a chance to hit here.
Yeah, 10 strikeouts through 16 batters. Not too shabby.
No, not too shabby. She's walked 1. She's allowed 1 hit and 1 run. Pitch upstairs to Diana, 1-0.
17, 18 batters. I'm not good at math. You know what I'm saying.
It's 12 plus however many base runners have been on. Yeah, so you're not that far off. Oof, it's a nasty pitch inside. Vargas not able to do anything with that one. It's 1-1. Yeah, only 3 base runners. 1-1 on Vargas.
Let's go.
Look out.
Now here we are. We're the people sticking our arms out and not making a play.
Hey, if that was close, I would have jumped for it. Wasn't that close. It was close to the people around us, not to us.
That was the closest one today.
It was. We've had a couple of close calls. I'm convinced that that's how our gear is going to go down. It's not going to be, it's not going to be I dropped it. It's not going to be, something stupid. It's going to be it gets hit by a foul ball and broadcast is just done. It's just over.
As terrible as it would be, could you imagine you're watching this on YouTube and you just see a green softball flying right at the lens?
I mean, that would be
that's the last thing you see before it cuts to black.
Yeah, that would certainly be a way to go out. That's for sure.
We'd still have audio though, right? They'd hear the panic.
Yeah, they would certainly hear the panic because this is my gear, and there would be a lot of panic if it was destroyed by a fluorescent green softball.
He even put the adjective on it.
Yeah.
Wrestling.
2-2 the count on Vargas. Long delay here getting a new ball into the hand of Maddie Reeves.
Get a little dirt on that hand.
2-2 now. There's strikeout number 11.
Yeah, it's just too quick to keep up with right now for the Blackhawks.
Yep.
As Reeves is just dealing past this Hawk lineup.
She is, and this is Kenzie Frous. She struck out leading off the third inning. Reeves looking for a dozen. Hayton has struck out twice. Blaha struck out twice. Vargas has struck out twice. Perkins has struck out twice. Kenzie Frous once, Ionica Rivera once. The only two players in the lineup not to strike out for West here so far are Sarah Tarr, who's 0 for 2, and Caitlin Serafin, who's been on base twice. Pitch to Frous. Downstairs. 2-0.
Hitters count now. She plants that back right leg back. She's got a lot of power behind that swing if she could make contact.
If Kenzie reaches, Sarah Tarr gets a chance to hit here in the 5th with the Blackhawks down 3-1. Fouled straight back. We've seen a couple of those, right, where the West hitters are fouling the ball straight back, so they're just not able to square the pitch up. But the timing was there. The timing is definitely there, or at least it was on that swing by Kenzie Frous. Just not able to square up that pitch, got a little underneath it and fouls it straight back. Off-speed pitch fools her this time, 2-2. We've seen that a couple of times, right? I mean, when 80% of the pitches are that cheese, and then all of a sudden, you're looking for the express and you get the local, you just no chance, especially when she's getting that off-speed pitch over the plate. And there it is. There is a dozen strikeouts for Maddie Reeves here through 5. That is the second time she has struck out the side. We go to the 6th with West trailing 3-1. Top of the 6th inning here at West Aurora. Blackhawks have only mustered 1 hit against Maddie Reeves through 5. She has been absolutely dealing. 12 strikeouts, 1 walk through 5, and the Blackhawks are down 3-1 here as we go to the 6th. Alyssa Perkins has pitched quite well herself as well. 5 innings, 4 hits, 3 runs. Only 2 of them are earned. She's walked 3 and struck out 6. So the West righty doing her job. Offense just having a difficult time getting untracked against a very difficult Maddie Reeves. And in this inning, Alyssa will face 7, 8, and 9, Jensen Krantz, Allie Stansel, and the aforementioned Maddie Reeves. Jensen Krantz, the first baseman, 0 for 2. She struck out looking in the 2nd, grounded out to short in the 3rd. Oh, we got a pinch hitter. This is Sam Davidowski.
I was wondering if that was a 7 or a 1. It's hard for me to tell, so yeah, I think you're right.
Pinch hitting here in the 6th against Alyssa Perkins. Takes that pitch in for a strike. Sam Davidowski, the senior, getting a chance to hit here in the 6th against Alyssa Perkins. Finds herself in a 0-1 hole.
8 seniors on this Yorkville roster. We were talking how not many on the West Aurora side. So
yeah, we were talking to somebody who, I guess, in the stands who knows Yorkville softball and said that very senior-laden team. So, you know, next year will probably be a bit of a step back as they are leaning heavily on some of these seniors. The 0-2 grounded foul. Yeah, West on the other side. Riley Hannon, Kylie Blaha, and Alyssa Perkins. That's really it. Yep. Everybody else on this team, either a junior or a sophomore. And obviously losing Alyssa is going to be a huge blow to the team, both from a pitching perspective and an offensive perspective. But it's a young team. Swung on and missed. There's strikeout number 7 for Alyssa. So it's a young Blackhawks team. So, you know, next year, I mean, obviously still a long way to go this year, but, you know, young team bodes well for the future.
Absolutely. And you mentioned Sarah Tarr is going to be a big piece of that. Many think she could be a Division I athlete.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, she's just a sophomore. Ground ball to the right side. Hayton has it. And that was a pinch hitter as well. That was Emmy Judd pinch hitting. Didn't get a chance to talk much about her as she was up there and took 1 swing, and she grounds out 4-3. It's 2 outs here in the 6th, and Maddie Reeves gets a chance to hit.
Cup of coffee in the ball game.
That's right. That's literally come in, first pitch you see, you swing at it, and that's your ball game. Hard ground ball by Reeves, and that is a nice put out by Kara Hayton. She stays with it, throws out Reeves, and that's the first 1-2-3 inning of the game for Alyssa Perkins. A quick 6th. We go to the bottom of the 6th. The Blackhawks are down 3-1. Bottom of the 6th inning, and West will send the top of their order up here against Maddie Reeves as they look to get something going in the 6th. Reeves has 12 strikeouts in this one, and Sarah Tarr Stepping in, Sarah doesn't have a strikeout. She is 0 for 2. She flew out to center and fouled out to third her last time up.
Well, this is the part of the order you're going to want to start the rally.
Yep. Tar, Hayton, Perkins. If anybody reaches, Ionica Rivera. First pitch to Sarah is upstairs, 1-0.
Just make her work this inning. It's the 6th inning. It's hot out. You can get her tired a little bit, make her miss the plate, whether it's just outside or wherever.
Yeah, that's the hope.
That's
the hope is as she starts to tire in the heat, but West has to take advantage of those opportunities. And that pitch is called to strike, 1-1. Can't always see the umpire through the third base coach, so I got to rely on you for that fist pump.
Don't worry, I'm 3
You're
feet
on it.
in the air above you.
Yes, you are. Downstairs, 2-1. See if West can get the leadoff runner on here in the 6th inning. Sarah Tar has a couple of home runs on the season.
Be a keen time for another.
I was going to say, wouldn't mind to see another one right here. Nope, it's in there for a strike, 2-2. Reeves struck out the side in the 5th. She's heading the count 2-2 now on the West Aurora shortstop. And Sarah swings through that high pitch. We've seen that all afternoon. That's a baker's dozen now. 13 strikeouts for Maddie Reeves.
Yeah, she's just wheeling and dealing all afternoon long.
Yep.
And even though, we're here for West Aurora, it's been a treat to watch her pitch.
Oh, it has. We obviously we're if I had to pick a side to win, I'd pick
Right.
the team in white. But you got to appreciate a performance when you see it, and this is a performance for Maddie Reeves for sure. 5 1/3 innings, 1 hit, 1 run, 1 walk, 13 strikeouts. Looking for number 14 here against Kiara Hayton, who has struck out twice. She's down in the count, 0-2.
Yeah, and it's going to be hard. Now with 2 strikes, but the infield's playing in, and I was thinking you could try a bunt to just try and get a base runner on for Perkins, but you're really going to have to leg it out.
The 0-2. Upstairs, 1-2. Alyssa Perkins in the on-deck circle. Annika Rivera, if anybody reaches, and then Caitlin Seraphin behind her. We're in the 6th. West is down 3-1. Misses away, 2-2. To me, it's always interested me because I feel like you want to be still when that ball's coming in, right? So the ball doesn't look like it's bouncing up and down. And it's hard to do that when you're running up on the ball like that. But you see it all the time in softball with those lefty hitters running up to try to slap the ball to the left side. Hayton's worked the count full. It's 3-2 now on Kiara.
And it's an interesting approach. I'm sure it takes plenty of years to master
Mm-hmm.
it.
Payoff pitch to Hayton. Swung on and missed. She is the third, strikes out for a third time today. That's 14 strikeouts and 5 in a row now for Maddie Reeves, who's only getting stronger as this game goes on.
I know, she just needs one more strikeout to complete 5 innings total that were completed.
Yep.
Punch out.
Yep. There have only been 3 outs recorded in this game by West Aurora that weren't strikeouts. Sarah Tar with a fly out to left, a pop out to third, and then Mia Malchek grounded out to first, grounded out to the pitcher, ending the 4th inning. Alyssa hits it high and deep out to center field, back on it at the wall, and making the catch at the fence is Caitlin Roberts. So that's 2 today that West has hit to the warning track. Neither one has left the ballpark. Alyssa gave it a ride, but it stays in the park. We're through 6. Yorkville still up 3-1. Top of the 7th inning, and Alyssa Perkins out there to finish this. Alyssa, man, she pulls it, it's gone. She pulls it, it's gone. She hit it on the screws to dead center field. Hit it on the screws to straightaway center field, and that was a beautiful play out there by the center fielder, Caitlin Roberts. But if Alyssa pulls it, it's a 1-run game. Fortunately, she hit it out to center, and the catch was made. So we go to the 7th, and it's the top of the Yorkville lineup: Roberts, Sweeney, Kirsting. Caitlin Roberts 0 for 2. Round out strikeout, and she walked her last time up. In there for a strike. Alyssa threw 6. Has given up 4 hits, 3 runs. 2 of them have been earned. She's walked 3 and struck out 7. She's pitched really, really well as well. Again, one of those runs wasn't earned, and then the run in the first inning really scored because of a couple of pass balls. We've had a few now. You see, I threw my pen down. And I got in position.
You could hear it, too. I'm sure if you were paying good attention on the broadcast, you heard it click on the table.
Yep, I threw my pen down, and I was ready to make the catch on that one. But, yeah, I mean, Alyssa's pitched well. Hit down the right field line, slicing foul.
That was right on the line, too. That was a close play. Just a couple inches to the left, it would have been a different story.
We got a new left fielder here for West Aurora. That's number 1, Brooke Roberts, out in left. But yeah, the runs Alyssa has given up in this game. In that first inning, she walked Kenzie Sweeney, who advanced to third on ground ball to third. That is Bianca Juarez, makes the throw over to first. More good infield defense here by the Blackhawks, 1 away in the 7th. So a walk followed by a couple of pass balls, and then a single by Sarah Ebner would drive home Kenzie Sweeney in that first inning. And then in the third inning, there was a walk by Kenzie Sweeney, and then Kayla Kirsting hit a ground ball right at Sarah Tarr, which could have been a double play, but it went through the legs of Sarah and rolled all the way to the fence and allowed a run to score. So 2 of the 3 runs, you really can attribute to defensive mistakes by West. You can't pin those on Alyssa, who's pitched really, really well here this afternoon against a 10-1 Yorkville team. But her team is down 3-1 with 1 out in the 7th inning. 1-1 count on Kenzie Sweeney, who's 0 for 1 officially, but she scored 2 runs with a couple of walks. Ground ball to second. The very busy Kara Hayton retires Sweeney on the 4-3 putout.
Yeah, she's been terrific at second base today for the Blackhawks. I think only 1 got past her, and it was the very first time she was tested.
Yep.
She's been perfect since.
5 putouts in this one, and then in that first inning, the ground ball by Sarah Ebner, which was just out of her reach, right, in the hole between first and second. She just wasn't able to get over and get it. But yeah, good infield defense by the Blackhawks today, with the exception of that 1 ground ball hit to Sarah. And I think it got her. Yeah, that got Kayla Kirsting on the hand. So she'll go down to first with the hit by pitch.
No batting gloves either. That doesn't feel great. Wasn't a whole lot of heat on it, but still.
Sarah Ebner now. She had an RBI single in the first. She grounded out in the third. She doubled and was stranded in the 5th. Again, Alyssa was up in the count on her on Sarah last time up, 0-2. And she took a little off that 0-2 pitch. Threw an off-speed pitch in that stayed belt high, and Ebner just raked it to left center field. And there's a first pitch strike, fastball from Perkins to Ebner, 0-1. So the Blackhawks will send up Rivera, Serafin, and Malchek in the 7th inning against Maddie Reeves, who has 14 strikeouts in 6 innings.
Yeah, I mean, if you're West Aurora, I mean, yeah, you're losing this game, and you got half an inning to try and get back and win it. But I mean, the post-game meeting, whether it's tonight or tomorrow, whenever they do it, I wouldn't hang my head too low. You hung in here today in the first meeting against them. You beat them in a game that mattered more than this one last year. So you know when you get warmed into the season even more, with this only being Game 5, you get the timing down. This next meeting, if that happens again, will be
swung on and missed it. It's hard though, right? Like, you come to bat here in the bottom of the 7th against a pitcher who's really been unhittable here this afternoon, and normally you say, all right, well, maybe try to take a pitch or two, see if you can get ahead in the count. But that's the thing, Reeves isn't walking anybody either. You take a couple pitches, you look up, you're going to be down in the count 0-2.
Exactly.
Popped foul, speaking of 0-2.
They're just simply getting beat by the best on the other team right now.
Yeah.
I mean, sometimes you just can't, lay your head on that. I mean, simply got beat by somebody who was better today.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of good from the West game here. At least on the they've played, with the exception of the error by Saratar, they played pretty well defensively. They got some good hacks in on Maddie Reeves, but that pitch, that fastball, they're just having a hard time catching up to it. So, and again, you're talking about, this is a D1, a player who's going to be pitching D1 softball next season. And you got a couple of good hacks in on her, and you still got one more shot at it here. There is strikeout number 8 for Alyssa as she finishes her afternoon. Going the distance. She pitches, hopefully not going the distance. Hopefully she has another inning to pitch here. We go to the bottom of the 7th inning. Last chance for the Blackhawks. They need 2 to tie, 3 to win. Bottom of the 7th inning, the Blackhawks need 2 to tie, 3 to win against Maddie Reeves, who so far hasn't shown any sign that she's has any interest in giving up 2 to tie or 3 to win for the Blackhawks. She's pitched 6. She's allowed exactly 1 hit, exactly 1 run. She has walked 1 batter, and she has struck out 14 West Aurora Blackhawks here through 6 innings. She'll face 4, 5, 6 in the 7th. That's Rivera, Serafin, and Malchek. Ionica 0 for 1. She walked and scored in the 1st. She struck out looking in the 4th inning. So every member of this Blackhawks lineup has struck out at least once, except for Caitlin Serafin. Ground ball back to the pitcher. 1 away. She does it all, doesn't she? She does it all. She's 14 strikeouts and 2 1-3 putouts. She does a little bit of everything. 1 away here in the 7th. This is the only Blackhawk hitter to not strike out today, Caitlin Serafin. She had a hard double down the third base line, driving in the only Blackhawk run of the game in the 2nd. And then in the 4th, she had a fly ball to the wall. This first pitch swinging popped up on the infield. Called off by the third baseman, Abby Poole. 2 away here in the 7th inning, and the Blackhawks quickly down to their final out. Mia Malchek here in the 7th.
Yeah, it quickly is right. That's 2 really quick outs, and all of a sudden we just came back for the bottom of the 7th, and we're already down to the final out.
Yep. And actually over at third base, I want to give credit where credit's due. That's Sarah Carlson who made the catch over there at third base. And that will do it. So that was a really, really quick 7th inning, 1, 2, 3 on about 5 pitches. And Maddie Reeves was absolutely dominating. She goes the distance. She gives up 1 hit, 1 run. She walks 1, strikes out 14 Blackhawks. On the other side, Alyssa Perkins, the hard luck loser. 7 innings, 4 hits, 2 earned runs. She walks 2, strikes out 8, but Alyssa looked really, really good as well. The Blackhawks dropped to 2 and 3. Yorkville improves to 11 and 1 with the 3-1 victory. So that's going to just about wrap it up here at West Aurora. Jarek, my friend, thank you for coming out and joining me today. As always, I appreciate it. Of course. So our next broadcast will be Monday over on the soccer field for girls soccer. Tuesday, we've got badminton. Wednesday, I believe, is baseball. And then Thursday, we might be right back here for girls softball. So thank you for joining me this afternoon. Once again, your final score here from West Aurora is Yorkville 3, Blackhawks 1. Have a